starting again. Done with the complex variables exam yesterday, so I could X all these tabs, all of them. Just kidding. I'll have to open them up very soon from the next cumulative exam, but it's okay. We don't need to look at that right now. I don't know if I should save those. Anyways, just throw those away. Yo, Pyron, how's it going? Welcome back to the stream. It's been absolutely so long since I've seen you in the streams. How have you been? Waalaikum assalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Tofu, welcome back. I hope you've been good. Yesterday, I wanted to stream, but I feel like in the morning, I didn't have any room to stream in. I mean, my mom always says I could stream in the room while she's sleeping, but y'all, y'all saw it was, she didn't realize, like she kind of snores, but I mean it's okay. It's just I don't feel comfortable, showing that. Yes, doggy, welcome back to the stream. The whole gang is here, except Kai, and Queen, and Lana, and who else? Everybody else. But yeah, it's been a long time since I've seen you three here at once. So today we're gonna study MATLAB Intro to Programming. It's so scary, guys. It's like she didn't give you like a blueprint how to study. If they give you a study guide, that makes sense. But it's just like cumulative, study everything. I think it's just based on this previous lab, because that's what the last exam was like. Just focus on the latest lab. So that's what I'm gonna try to do. I'm gonna try to finish the lab because she does give us time in the class, like before the exam, to finish up the lab, and it's due tomorrow. But if that's where the key is to succeeding, I'm gonna have to do the whole thing before the class time. I'm good, y'all. Thanks for asking. Awesome, Pyron. Joya, how are you? I'm awesome too. I'm so glad I got that exam over with yesterday, and it actually went a lot better than I expected. Like, obviously, he always obliterates our brains with the huge review, and it's diabolical how he puts stuff that's not even in the exam in the review. So I was trying to fit some of the new topics that I forgot to study that he put in the review, right? Like sinh and cosh. Like, who even studies sinh and cosh, bro? Like, I get sine and cosine. I was memorizing the power series of those two things, and the exponential form. But no, he wanted us to know sine h and cosine h as well. I was like, oh my god, I was trying to fit that in my brain. And while thinking about that so much, a lot of the other stuff fell out of my brain. There's not much surface area in my brain for a lot of things to fit. I gotta hone the memory skills though. But yeah, Gerald is at peace now. No, Gerald is in my car. Literally, I was gonna kick him, but then my mom took the car, and yeah, like I think that day I forgot like how that day went, but I was planning to kick him. I just couldn't. He's still there though. Edit including Yuki and Luca. I made a Pops Poops edit. Oh dang, let me check that out. I just read that out of context again. Let me see it real quick. In my phone, I didn't publicize it yet. Oh, okay. That's fine. I thought you already did it. I didn't read that part. Actually, I screenshotted the exact time when Gerald broke. It was the shortest live ever, bro. Let's be real here, guys. Who actually turns red when they're angry, green when they're sick, and blue when they're cold? I think white people. No, but seriously, when I feel like when you're hot, you become more red than when you're angry. When you're angry, it doesn't really show unless you're like really yelling and stuff. And blue when you're cold, I don't know. Sometimes you could look a little paler when you're sick, but yeah, probably cartoon character. Okay, Tofu, are you serious? I'm asking for permission to upload it. Yeah, yeah, you have my permission. Don't worry. I thought Tofu said Popeye. I'm brown, so I don't turn red. You could turn into a red Indian, right? No, because seriously, my fifth grade teacher said that about my brother. She's like, using my brother as an example of a red Indian. I'll never forget that. Anyways, so like I don't know how to study for this. Should I just write down all the lab answers and stuff? But I'm gonna have to run the code, see if it works first, and do the comments and all. Joy, I don't think I forgot about Gerald. I'm good, y'all. Hi, yo, Kimberly Cobra, welcome back to the stream. I have holiday, awesome. I have holiday after today, after 4 p.m. So I'll be joining you soon. Death is a holiday, yo, that's crazy. But seriously, there's a hadith that said death is a gift for the believers. I forgot the Arabic goes. Hi everyone, good morning. Killer, yo, welcome back. It's been so long. How have you been? I'm trying to open a new script, but my software is not working. Okay, never mind. It was just lagging a little bit. 2 weeks holiday. 2 weeks? That's crazy. You're gonna forget every material. I only have 1 week of spring break, but yeah, it's good. 1 week is good enough. I like the timing of it. It's not too late in the semester, too early. It's like right when you're burning out. It was racist, so I removed it, Joria. Okay, what would that say? Bangladesh because Indian subcontinent. I don't even know what that means. But welcome back to the stream. Oh, Manisha Murray. Okay, that's my friend Manisha. It's okay. She's Bengali like you. Assalamu alaikum guys, how are you doing? Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi and confident. Welcome back to the stream. I was planning to stream, so I saw your question in the comment section. I was like, I will just answer it in the stream because I was about to do it, but then I got caught doom scrolling. So yeah, you were asking like how that exam went. It went really well, alhamdulillah. Could have gone better honestly, but for in my what's the word, in my standards, for me personally, I think I went better. Definitely did better than the first exam, so inshallah I passed the class. Please keep me in your du'as, guys. I don't know if I'm gonna pass any of this stuff that I'm studying for because y'all know my um study habits. They're kind of like all over the place, so it's hard to lock in sometimes. No, because I've been watching all the lectures, right? And it still doesn't really, click to me sometimes. I need to go to office hours, but I'm so shy. And it's not like office hours is gonna magically help either. It's like you have to tell her what you need focus on, not just everything. But that's just your responsibility to lock in and put in the time and the effort. If you have 1,000 hours of studying, that's an exaggeration, but you're gonna pass no matter what. Because you put in, no, even if you're not focused, if you have more time than you have focus, like, regardless, you're gonna pass. It's all about the timing, how much input you're putting in, like, how much effort you're putting in. Like, Bangunian is a mean word to Bengali people, like saying Bangladesh is not a real country. Dang, I had no clue. I've never heard of that term before, Banggoodian. But that's crazy. I will change school after class 6. That's awesome, Kimberly. Are you excited? Because, changing schools could be really scary sometimes. You're gonna have to leave all your friends, start all over. Dre, can you look at my previous comment about Killer if you don't mind? Okay, let's see. I mean, Killer, can someone please say Miller's backstory to the guy who came out of the deepest, darkest depths of hell here? Who's Miller and what's his backstory? I have no clue. I thought Toph said Popeye. No, I don't see any comment you made about Killer. 6 and 7. Brain rot here. No 6-7s here, only 68. Yes. 68 is very unpopular between the two numbers surrounding it. Okay, so quiz practice. Week 10. So this is about nested for loops, right? But there's no notes to take. It's just how many questions are there? 6 questions. So after I do the 6 questions, I'll write some notes on it, or like the entire code, and then just review it like that. But there's nothing to write right now. I'm so screwed, guys. Don't know. Your brain believes anything that you say, even if you don't believe it. Okay, so say good things, good positive affirmations. We're gonna pass. I'm not screwed. I'm not cooked. I'm raw. I'm the most opposite of cooked. All right. So problem 1 is saying write a program that in the main program prompts the user for a non-negative integer. Okay. But the biggest, baddest guy at the new school. I mean, I live in Germany and I have to go to another school, and I think my friend is going to the same school. Oh, yeah! You get bullied in this school, so any change would be better. And your friend is going? I'm so happy for you, Kimberly. That's awesome. Show me what you're doing. I want to, but like, it's kind of, like, it's kind of, all over the place. Ooh, I'm scared. Maybe I should bring a cat here. Daily attempt to get a cat to join me. Here we are. I don't know where the other cats went. And he's not gonna stay in the stream as expected. Sorry for being all over the place, guys. 21 is also underrated, but not too underrated in my terms. 21? Oh, the number. Hey, show me what you're doing. Okay. So, we're gonna write a program. In the main program, This is commenting. We're gonna prompt the user for a non-negative integer, right? Make the if statement. Pi n I equals 1 to I. Alright, okay. So compute for this factorial. Taking the input integer, call a function. It's about drive, it's about power. We stay humble, we devour. Yes. Is that exam? No. It's just a lab. So that's what the quiz is based on. So it's just like practice questions and stuff. I think potato is tastier than a rock. Have you ever tasted a rock though? You should taste Gerald. Have y'all had those rock candies? It's like chocolate. I find rocks pretty salty compared to potato. Dang. That's why deers just lick this whole block of salt out of nowhere. Uranium tastes better than titanium. Oh my gosh, I'm so behind on the chat. Yo guys, yo Speedy, welcome to the stream. And Kai, yo, welcome back. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi. Joyous twin, by the way. Yep, exactly. We're both Jannat al-Ghafur. We twinned that. Jan means baby in Bangla, by the way. Really? So, where did that come from? Jannah? Don't try at home, guys. Not locking too hard. Keys are easier to swallow. And legit way, welcome back to the stream. How's it going? At this point, Tofu, I really don't care. Oh my god. I am all of y'all's brains. Basically, you're smooth. I mean, not saying all of y'all's brains are smooth, but mine, just talking about me. It's partially smooth. Okay, so we want to prompt the user for a non-negative integer. Check if the valid number, not a negative integer, was entered. So the if statement is if n is less than 0, then we use the or relational thing. And then take the absolute value of n, which is our input variable, the non-negative integer, and then we'll subtract it from the rounded n, which is greater than i.e. to the negative 8. I don't know why we do that though. With that, 0 factorial is defined to be 1. The main program should then calculate the value. Wait. I have to look at my notes. That's what this is for. But this is my other notebook. Yo, I gotta get my programming notebook. we have a shipment. No, 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 no. Oh, no, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. He's gonna leave after all this hard work. Oh my gosh, he's staying. Bro, he's supportive today. Never mind. Okay, I'll get my other notebook. And he left. Okay. So this is what we're studying. The thing's been going on for 20 minutes and I haven't made one progress. This is so scary, guys. Alright, so a little throwback to last time. A loop should be used when a number of actions are to be repeated multiple times. If the number of times the loop is to be executed known ahead of time, then a for loop should be used, otherwise it's called a while loop, which we haven't gone over. So basic for loop looks like for loop variable equals vector of values, action statement, and then end, where the loop variable takes on each of the values in the vector and executes the loop body for each. So example 1, for end count is 1, 2, 3, print hello world, and that's what it prints. Example 2, for an index 1 to 5, we print squared is this squared is that, and then we have our index, which is 1 to 5, and then we have our calculation, which is index squared, end. And then our output would be this whole thing, 1 squared all the way to 5 squared, right? Because our index is 1 to 5 here. And then the output for example 3, we have index 1 to 5, and this one just skips, 1, 2, 3, so just 1, 3, 5, and that's what it puts out. While MATLAB will extend the size of a vector if you index into it a larger indices, program will run faster if we do something called a pre-allocate the vector. So n scores is 4, AF scores is 0s, 1 to n scores, 1 to 4. So I think this part is the pre-allocating, right? This is our matrix, but we only have one row, so we're making a vector, because a vector is just one by whatever number of columns of a matrix. So that's interesting. For I score equals 1 to n score, again, it's 1 to 4. We have that AF scores right here is actually I scores. Input score, enter score. Wait, what is this do? I forgot. So we're entering scores, right? But for this amount of times, I score is 1 to 4. Okay, and then we do this. So then the output, I forgot. She didn't do the output, but yeah, that's how many times we do it. Dre, never give up, never what? Never back down. Hi, do you remember me? Yes, Lana, of course I remember you. You don't have to ask that, bro. Welcome back to the stream. I literally mentioned you before I started the stream. Or like before you even joined the stream. Yes, L, remember you? Now, yeah, L, sorry. That's what you wanted us to call you. Like, good luck searching, bro, because I ain't finding yours. Finding what? Tutorial to survive on the earth for newbies. Always drink 100 pounds of caffeine to stay energetic. 100 pounds? Dang, that's more than some people here. The function printf is like printf, but it creates a string which can be passed to the input function. So here's another example of a printf using a running sum. So here's a pre-allocation, right? Like, that's using zeros is how to pre-allocate. So we have n scores equals 4. So we have another variable called af scores. Make this a matrix, 1 to n scores. So it's a 1 by 4 matrix. Like that, it's a vector. And then we initialize the f sum, the running sum, with 0. Make a for loop. I scores, again, 1 to 4. And then we do, again, af scores 4 times. Because we don't want to use n scores again, right? We want to make I scores 1 to n scores. Because that's how big you want it. 1 to 4 is 4 times. So af scores 1 to 4. Because if we only put n scores, it would only print one thing, which is 4. But we want 1 to 4. I don't know. That doesn't really make sense. But anyways, we need this variable here. af scores 1 to 4 times I scores. And then we do the input string fprintf, right? Because we can't use printf here. We're using, we can't do that for an input. I score, enter score, I score. And then f sum is just what we initialize it with, plus af scores of I score. af score of I score here. The average score is this f sum and scores. It's so confusing, guys, I swear. It's only like one of the first examples. Not even the lab, bro. I'm gonna have to watch the lab again. I mean the lectures. Are you perhaps on drugs, Tofu? Uh-oh. What is he saying? Gain knowledge? What? Air Scott has been using that emoji for a while. Alright, we're gonna need a little bit of a refresher. So I'm not gonna watch the whole lecture again, just like a little bit.
Grade 1 up to, and then how many scores do I have? Well, that's our n scores.
But why do we write I score?
For a loop, and then entering another score, and then entering another score. So that's perfect for a loop. And in particular, since I know I'm going to do this 4 times, I should use a for loop. So 4. So I sort of often use a variant on this notion of people just using I as their loop variable. I often go like I score. So then I know, oh, okay, it's a score, and the I is sort of telling me it's a loop variable. That's sort of something that I do, but again, it's up to you to choose whatever you want to do for your loops. So for I score equals, we'll just do our pretty standard one, 1 up to, and then how many scores do I have? Well, that's our n scores variable. So I want to do this loop n scores times to enter each one of these scores. Alright, so that's how many times I'm going to do it. What do I want to do each time? Basically, I want to ask the user to enter the score. So I'm going to enter an input statement, and then whatever they input, I want to store that in the right slot in my vector. So AF scores, and I want to put it in the correct slot. So what we do to index into our vector, we use the parentheses, and then what variable is going to have the correct slot as I go through this loop over and over and over and again?
What variable is gonna have the correct? I know it's I scores, but like over and over, because this is only a matrix, right? This variable we made AF scores is only a vector of 1 to n scores. When a vector with 4 spaces. It's not like a loop where it continues one after the other. It's only one thing. that's just the size of it, right? Because zeros makes a matrix, right? And to count the size of a matrix, we use that size function for a reason. So there's nothing else except for this n scores here. But we made the I score into that interval of 1, 2, 4. So it has to be I score. And I know that, I'm just trying to make sense of it for myself.
So the first time through, I want to put it in slot 1. The second time through, I want to put the next score in slot 2. The third time through, I want to put it in slot 3. So who's the guy, who's the variable that's counting like that? 1, 2, that's our vector. So I'm going to go AF scores at I score. So it's going to take on one at a time each of the scalar values 1, 2, 3, all the way up to n scores.
Yes.
Okay, great. So then what I want to do, I basically want to ask the user to give me the score. So input, enter score.
It's so easy when she does it, but the live questions are so different. She don't go over the live questions, bro. I wish she did that.
I want to ask the user for a score and put it into the right spot in my vector. So I can end off my for loop. Alright, so then what would happen if I were to run this? Alright, well now let's start with, okay, n scores is 4, and then we would go and pre-allocate a vector.
Dre gonna blow up. I know. The terrorist, the person inside me is just very constricted because, yeah, you just want to crash out. Plan ahead or else Paul will eat you. Paularius is here? Oh my gosh, Paularius, welcome back to the stream. And how's it going? And welcome Little Flower 3. How's it going? Plus, I hate bees. Don't hate bees, bro. And your profile picture is so cute. It looks like a bee a little bit. But, yeah, what's it called? And Monarchist, welcome back to the stream. How's it going? Nice to see you. You're a commoner now. I mean, commoner doesn't sound good, but like you're returning viewer now. That's awesome. Okay, so we got a little hint of what this means, right? I score is 1 to n scores, and a score of I score is just the amount of times you want to repeat a of scores. And again, what is a of scores? It's this vector here that we made, and we're gonna make the vector into this, which is input, sprint, enter score, and then I score is gonna be that score. So that's like the number that we're on. Enter score 1, enter score 2, enter score 3 until the end of the loop. The for loop. Because for loops are the loops that we know the number that we want. While loops is the number that we don't know what we want. Right? So that makes sense. Does that make sense, guys? That makes sense. So if we want to take the average score of this, what do we gotta do? We gotta add, make a running sum, we're gonna add them all up, and then f sum plus a of scores I score is the total number, right? A of score of I score is, let's say, f sum plus that one, and then it goes again, f sum plus that one, f sum plus a of scores. Keep doing that until you have the whole sum, and then you just divide it by the n scores, which is 4, the total. We can make this into a different variable, but this one works as well. So that's how we get our average score, and then each one. This is how you code by hand. I think this is something we're gonna have to do on the quiz, because it is a handwritten quiz. But the scary part is that the labs look so much more different than this simple stuff, you know? I'm a little cooked. Again, can't say we're cooked. No Jeffrey comments. Who is saying that? Monarchist, oh my gosh. Little flower is Chara. Nah, you just roasted all flower kind. Wait, who is being sus here? But yeah. Don't be sus, Monarchist. I said Jeffrey Epstein. He's a guy I knew in real life. No lie. What? I'm so sorry to hear that, Monarchist. I wish you never met him, but how did he find you? Just don't say it. Yeah, just don't say it. We got kids in the chat. So, a summation, for example, of xi right here, this is an example summation, right? Becomes a running sum for I equals 1 to n. So I is 1 to n. That's our summation here. 4i is equal to 1 to n. So that we have to initialize our summation first, and then let f sum equals 1 for our running product. Because if you, like a product, right, you know, like if you think about the product rule in calculus, you have to use it when you're multiplying two things. That's what a product is, multiplying 1 plus 2. I mean, 1 times 2 or something. So we don't want to multiply by 0, right? So to initialize the f sum of like a running sum of a product, we want to initialize it to 1. Yuki, he doesn't like me talking, guys. Here we go. Man, I hate this cat. So, again, we want to initialize f sum to 1 for a running product, not a running sum anymore. This is different. Running sum is to be initialized as 0, running product is to be initialized as 1, so you get a value, you know, when you to multiply by 1. So here's how you do the running product. It can be used to multiply a set of numbers by multiplying them into the total one at a time. That's what question number 1 is for the lab. With this pi here, it looks similar to our running sum here, but it looks like that pi because it's a product, a running product. This one is a running sum, so this is for addition, this is for multiplication. It's a big pi. So here's a, well, that's not an example for the running sum. This is the example for our running product. For I equals 1 to n, f sum equals f sum plus xi, and then we end it there, initializing it to 1, which is not very helpful as an example, but since we know how to do it, changing 0 to 1 being the only difference, let's try that for this question. Use a for loop to compute its factorial, where n equals, say, running product. So return the result. Okay, so you prompted the user for a non-negative integer, and if n is less than 0, did it say to do that? If an invalid number was entered, the main program should print an error message using %d. Note, do not use the built-in factorial function. Okay, so take the absolute value of n minus to round n being greater than 1 e to the negative 8. So this is our if condition, right? We have to use that to do this last bit where we should print an error message using %d. So this is what the sample looks like, invalid input of what they put in. I don't know what all this is about though. I mean, it probably would be best if we did this. but we want an integer, so this doesn't matter. So else print end result. Okay. Invalid input, and then the new line, next line. Okay. We use this if else loop, statement, for just to verify if our input was correct or not for our header function. And then the body function, for that we want f equals to my factorial n, which is the thing they wanted. So we first need to take in the input integer, right? And we say use a for loop to compute its factorial. F equals 1. So for a product sum, we want to initialize our variable to 1. It's not 0. I mean, I don't know if that's important. F product, that'd be good. Okay, so for I equals 1 to n, I score. Because that's what she used. So let's where is that result though? Result equals my factorial. F times I score. This is the amount of times that we want to do it, right? So does that make sense? F times this amount. So that's our for loop, and then n is our input, and then we're gonna okay, let's test it out now. Hopefully that made sense. How come it's not running? Oh my god. Run, please. Yeah. Run. Okay, so 6. And then we're gonna try -6 as well. 6 factorial is 720. Perfect. Alright, what about -6? Invalid input, -6. Perfect. Okay, let's turn it in now. Travis Scott called me that. I only know Travis Noah. I know Travis Scott. He's like the guy that. Oh, sorry. He's like the guy that had a whole stampede in his show, in his concert, and then he apologized. It was like a very funny apology. But yeah. Travis got skinny. Yeah, Travis had the father of India cricket. Ooh. Check the video. Oh my god, you uploaded it? That's crazy. Let's look at it then. It's been a long time since you uploaded a video. Oh my gosh, no way. I don't want to show my reflection in the thing, so I'm gonna just turn the laptop this way. 28 views. This is so funny, bro. Oh my god, bro. That's crazy. Wait, where's the comment, bro? It's cause what's it called? I was put YouTube like what's it called? Yuki on my Snap stories. I was saying like I hate this cat, and everybody else like they make edits of him, and they'll just love him so much. I'm like, oh my god, that's crazy. But yeah, thanks for showing me that video. That's awesome, Tofu. I knew Jory was gonna laugh. It's crazy though. Like I haven't seen many edits of my cats. But yeah, you're good at editing. Jory with the laugh. I know it's like I don't think anybody laughs like that, bro. But yeah, I'm smiling so much right now. Don't leave. I'll be back in 5 minutes. Okay, I'll try not to leave. I can't. Even if I wanted to, I gotta keep studying, guys. Because it makes sense when she does it, but it doesn't make sense when I do it. That's the unfair bit. What subject are you studying? Hello, JC Bangu. I'm studying like coding. It's like MATLAB. It's supposed to be really simple, like if else end function, but I don't know why it's so hard for me. I may have slacked a little bit in the middle. Only and I rewatched the whole lecture and everything. Like it's supposed to make sense now. And it does. It does when I look at the code, but I can't I don't want to rely on anything else. I want to do it for my brain. It's just a body function or like a header function and then a body function where you write the actual for loop, and the only condition is the if statement that we put here in our body function. We put the input as well, that prompts the user, and that's it. That's just how it's supposed to look. That's how it goes. And if we look at our grade, it worked. We got one question right. We got 5 more to go. Oh, I'm so scared, guys. So for this next one, it looks so daunting, but it's not. It's not supposed to be scary. Okay. I want to make another thing. Put all that out there. A equals this matrix. I'll just put AII, okay, for This is the main program comment part. I got points off of my last few labs for not commenting properly. Alright, so function. For our last function, we just put the header, right? I mean, the question number. That's what we want to do here. Lab 10, question 2. Random minimum number. And then the random minimum. Alright, I mean maximum. And then row. Okay, so the traces. This is just our output. We're gonna need to put another if statement, right? Okay, let me look at the directions. So the trace of A is defined by this for similarly given and by a matrix B, it can be shown that the trace of AB equals to the trace of A prime B. AB prime is equal to trace of A prime B. So write a program that calls the function create matrices which should prompt the user for a minimum. Okay, done. In a single statement, generate a random n-by-n matrix A of real valued numbers between the specified minimum and maximum. So how do we, in a single statement, generate a random n-by-n matrix A? Like, how do we do this? I forgot at this point. It's cumulative, right? So this should be in our old notes, how to generate random. So we use rand function. You're doing all this because you have computer exams in days, or you'll just love studying computer? I have a quiz today, so I have no choice but to do this. Facts Kai, slow and reverb. And welcome to the stream, Animatives. How's it going? A lot of space in Tofu's head because he has no brain. Yo, that's, I don't know if that's called for or uncalled for, but coding is indeed interesting. Thank you. I've been in Pakistan with my Muslim friends. Really? How was it, Eric Scott? Yo, Jesse, welcome to the stream. How's it going? Welcome back, actually. I feel like you were here before. Let me know if you have or not. But I watched it anyways. Durandar is a propaganda movie. Oh, y'all have talked about it before. So we want to make the header function, right? But we don't ask these yet. I think that comes later. So prompt the user for this and that, and then in a single statement generate random n by n matrix A of a real valued number between the specified min and max. So we want to create the matrices, right? So matrix A and B, we'll call them the create matrix function. Between the specified minimum in the single statement, do the same for B. Between the specified, return the resulting matrices A and B. The main program should then calculate trace A by calling the function calctrace, which should take in an n by n matrix, use loops to calculate the trace of the matrix, return the resulting trace value. The main program should then do the same for matrix A, for matrix B and AB prime. Okay. Scary God, I don't know how to do this. But where there's a will, there's a way. So we need to trace A by calling the function calctrace. Trace A by calling the function calctrace A, and then trace B by calling the function calctrace B, and then do the same for matrices B, AB prime, and A prime B. AB prime. Okay. Calctrace A, B prime, and then trace of A prime B equals calctrace A prime B. So we called all those functions, right? Print the header message and then print the matrix A by calling the functions print matrix below, described below. Print a header message and then print matrix A by calling the function print matrix described below. But that's not what we want the main program to do. The main program, okay. It was taking a lot longer than expected. I like politics. No cats today. No, sorry. I tried to bring Yuki here, but he didn't want to sit in there. Oh my gosh, my phone's about to die. Let me charge it. Okay, it's charging now. Literally 1%. Vote for Luca. I don't know where he is, that kid. He was sick recently. Like, dua for Luca. He's feeling great. He's been sniffling and... Wait, we always have Leo, though. That's Leo's belly in the back. Vote for Luca. For what? Donkey would be better than the current leaders. Dang, yeah, for sure. Donkeys are so cute, bro. I don't know why everybody hates donkeys. Not hates them, but like use them as an insult. Like, they're so cute. Like, that's not even an insult. Make me Romanian politician. You're from Romania, monarchist? No, wait, you said you're from South Africa. Making cats politicians. Vote for Juaria. Oh my gosh, no way. But that's nice of you guys. I would make America great again though. For real. I'd be what Trump wants America to be like. I'm quarter Romanian. Oh wow, interesting. So which part of your family is Romanian? If it's a quarter, that means one of your grandparents. Pixie's too soft to be one, and Yuki's too lazy. You're from which country? I'm from California, so that's not a country. I'm from America, but I don't really answer ethnically where I'm from, because I don't know. It's just kind of personal information, but it's not like you don't have to apologize for asking. So can you explain what exactly I need to put in header functions every time? Because I'm a little lost on that part. Just calling functions, right? So we put inputs, validation, calling functions, and printing. And the function below, we do the logic, that part. The main program's job is basically to get the input, validate, and then call functions, and then print the results. Check validity. So validity is basically if our input's correct or not. And we could use if-else statements for that. If it's correct or if it's not correct. And then we call the functions like in and out. And then the functions, the body functions that we call, they do the logic part. And then yeah. Indians are not dirty, don't be delulu. Yeah, God made everyone. I'm like 70% African. That's so cool, K please. What about the other 30%? Bring our president. Wait, who got elected? He just needs to get his poop control. Luca for president. Oh my god. Yeah, that's very embarrassing, president. I'm talking about the country, not the people. I had Indian friends and they were clean. Yeah, the country is a third world country. There's not much to expect from it. But you know, you'd think that India would be cleaner as a country since it's so like well known, you know? Like a lot of people there are so smart. Why is the country doing so bad? But you know, politics, you know, places need time to heal. But I don't have any faith for India getting better. It'd be nice though if they could clean their country though. That's the whole goal. Step one, we get the input, we validate it, and then we call the functions. Result equals my function x, and then we print the results. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna put the inputs here. We're gonna call the functions, and then we're also gonna print the functions later. Matrix A is that. So f print f matrix A is trace A. No, we don't want the trace, we want to put the whole matrix. Unless it's asking for the trace, let me check the trace. Okay, the trace comes after, so print matrix A. But we could make that into another body function to print all the results at once. So we have another formula here. I feel like we're just supposed to memorize the formula. But she went over that random formula for rand mn times f max minus f min. I hear Luca meowing. Let me bring our president. panic attack. So I heard him yelling, but I can't find him. I wanna go to Netherlands too. Why Netherlands? I know Norway because of the Northern Lights, but I don't know what's in Netherlands. What's cool about that place? Let me know, guys. Not normal behavior is every behavior for normal people. I wanna go to Amsterdam just to see Anne Frank museum. Anne Frank is like really interesting. I read her book as a youngling, but I feel like there's more stories like that in Palestine than anything. But that's not a safe place to go, unfortunately. So we do the brand times the min and the max of the minute of the mn times the min and the max, subtracting, plus alright, well, I know the formula just min, the minimum, plus the max minus the min times a random number. So it's like above the minimum, but it also is below the maximum. Okay. Yeah, I don't want to do that because you'll like dance for me, girl. What am I reading? Like, hi, girl, you too sassy with that one. It keeps like, thought you acting like. I don't know, Tofu, what is happening to me, bro? Second rule of talking with Kai is that you follow the first damn rule. Oh dear, what is that rule? Yo, Holly, welcome back to the stream. Sorry I missed you. But she probably left now. Aw, sorry, I didn't see her. Yeah, free hand shipping from Pakistan to Bangladesh. Cool. Can't believe I spelled that right. Malfunctioning. Oh wow, good job, Kai. Okay, so gonna have to make another function called print results. But that comes after. We're gonna have to make the function create matrix first. But it's AV create function. That's the one that we're calling, right? Matrices. So to create the matrix, that's when we're gonna ask all the inputs. I mean, I feel like this input could be in the header function as well, but it makes more sense if it's in the body function when we're gonna make the matrix. So here's how you make the matrix A. You take the min value, the minimum, which is fmin actually, fmin, and then we add it to fmin or fmax minus fmin, and then we multiply it by rand times n, rand n, which is our input value, right? For the row, what was n supposed to be? Number of rows, f row, random times f row. Okay, and the same goes for b. F min plus f min minus f. Oh, sorry, it's caps. Didn't do that caps. F min plus f min or f max. Sorry, f max minus f min, and then we multiply it by rand times the f row. Do y'all hear Yuki? Great timing, Abdul Khalid wa alaikum assalam. Yo, Abdul Khalid wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi. Welcome to the stream. How are you? I'm great. Thank you so much for asking. I hope you've been good too. I hope you've been able to upkeep any practices you've gained from Ramadan, inshallah, and to, you know, make the most out of Shawwal as well. What day is Shawwal? Is it? Let's see. Islamic calendar. Islamic date. Today is 7th of Shawwal. Dang, already, subhanallah. A week has gone since the last day of Ramadan. So we're on the 7th of Shawwal. We're gonna make the most out of Shawwal. Gotta fast our 6 days. I've been just eating since after Eid, you know, like just taking in the days, but I should start fasting. Great time at Abdul Khalid. Yeah, the child's going crazy since you know more things about Islam than me. Alhamdulillah, I'm okay. My mom passed away recently. Allah yarhamu. So keep her on your prayers, and can you suggest to do one thing that'll like keep her well there, Khaliq? You know, I know you asked him, but not me. But something I have to say about that is that when you, what's it called, for things like that, there's a hadith that said the sadaqah jariyah is a child that makes dua and does things for their parent. So even after your mom passed away, like you are her sadaqah jariyah, the charity that keeps going on and on. So you could always like pray for her, seek forgiveness for her, do all these things, and inshallah she will benefit from that. And I'm sure because, you know, it gave you insight that when she passed away in Ramadan, like she was already in a good place. You know, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala decided to choose to take her in a time that's so blessed. So she's already in a good place, but to obviously increase the, you know, the good, you have to do as much good as you can for yourself as well. But the thing about Sadaqah Jariyah is that nothing diminishes from your record of good deeds. It goes to you and to her. SubhanAllah, it's just double. Make a lot of dua for her tofu and make Sadaqah Jariyah for her. Exactly. And anything you do could become Sadaqah. Even smiling is Sadaqah. So you don't have to have money to give charity. Charity is any act of kindness. So always be kind, you know? Welcome back, doggy. I mean, good morning. Yo, welcome. And good night. Actually, yeah, good morning to XEOHYROS. Is it your first time here? Welcome to the stream if it is. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Tofu, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah. Allah got her maghfirah and bless her soul. Ameen. Ameen ya Rabbil Alameen. Is it okay to dislike a religion but like still respect the followers? I think, yeah, that should be okay because that's what I do about every religion. You can't like a religion. You can like the followers and like respect them. But yeah, I think that's how it should be. To dislike the religion because you should stand for something. If you don't dislike anything, you're tolerant of everything. If you're tolerant of everything, you stand for nothing. It's like what Tate said, but we don't, you know, Tate is Muslim. We don't see him like a role model or anything. Only the Prophet system is a role model. Anyways, so we're done with the header function, right? I don't know if I ended this. I should probably end that header function. And then this is our body function, or like one of the body functions of creating the matrices. And then we want to create the function too. I mean the trace. So we do the function, and then we do the trace, which is in the thing they said to in a single statement generate this for B. We did that. Return the resulting matrices A and B. Calculate trace of A by calling the function. What is it? Calc trace, which should take in an n by x matrix. Use loops to calculate the trace of the matrix and return the resulting trace value. Okay, so our next body function is, shoot, I forgot. Calc trace. Yuki is back. Calc trace. So we're gonna calculate the trace of our matrix. So oh my gosh, Yuki came by himself. Finally. Oh, I better not freak out. He's gonna leave again. Aliens are scared of Kai. Yuki. And Pixie's in the back too. They only decide when they want to be here. I like religions like Buddhism. You know, a lot of South Asian countries used to be Buddhist too. I don't know about Hindu, like India, because they were Hindus, but neighboring countries like Bangladesh, I think Pakistan, definitely Afghanistan, because they had a lot of idols there too. They're yeah, they used to be Buddhist. But why would you like Buddhism better than other monotheistic religions if monotheism is closer to your religion? Hi, cortisol laughing. You're doing morning study. Yeah, and welcome to the stream, Priyanshu. How's it going? Bestie, from which area you feel up? Oh my gosh, this is so cute. Pixie's here. They're doing a double. You get so focused on me. I don't know why he's staring. It's okay. What is Pixie scared of, bro? She's scared of Leo, the plushie. As if she hasn't seen it 5 billion times before this. These cats are so weird. How are you, Zuhaim? Wait, where is he? Oh my gosh, yeah, more work. Welcome back to the stream, Zuhaim. It's been a while. It's always gonna be more work. But don't worry, after this is gonna be spring break, inshallah. We're just, yeah. Can't you read a simple English sentence to say of what is that it is not, or of what is not that is false? Well, to say of what is that it is and not what it is not true. Please, give my brain a break. So, we're writing the body function of the trace called calc trace of a matrix. So what does that look like? We have the n value and negating that is the size m. Because she never went over how to do traces. They're not going to. They're going to expect you to know. Let's do it all. So initialize the trace to 0. And then we do the for loop for I score equals 1 to n, which is our actually f row statement. We do the trace equals the trace plus the m matrix I m row to m row f row. Picks and pops together. This makes me happy they came back to join the stream. The part of the computer is the storage, the metal disc that spins. What are you playing? Hello, Chinchilla. Welcome to the stream. I'm not playing. I'm actually coding right now for some assignments. It's so scary, guys, because I don't know how to do a trace for a matrix. Trace of a matrix. It's just the diagonal. Trace of a matrix is the sum of its main diagonal elements, typically denoted as trace A or trace A. Okay. So we're gonna sum the diagonals. So the formula looks like A11 plus A22 all the way to ANN. So it's a sum. We're gonna use a running sum here. Okay. So I don't know why we have to do that negating thing. Equaling the size m. Okay, so we use this negate sign. Oh yeah, I'm not even showing that negate sign. We use this here because we don't wanna we don't wanna use the columns. We only want to use the rows because we're only taking the trace, right? Traces the whole diagonal. So if the column is longer than the rows, then that's not gonna take the trace anymore. So we don't need the columns. We're gonna put negate there equals to size m, and then we initialize our sum because we're not doing a product anymore. We're doing the sum. So for I square, we do 1 to f row f sum plus this matrix. We only want the diagonal, and then we end that. That's our body function. So we created the matrices, we calculated the traces, and now we want to do the last body function, which is to print the results. So what do we want to print at this point? We want to print the trace A, trace B, trace AB prime, and trace A prime B. Do we do... The prime is... Yuki got scared. Or Pixie got scared of him. But we didn't do the prime though. Aw, so cute. Pixie came because he sneezed. Yo guys, what country should I play as in HOI4? Iran. Because I want to make dua for your mother. What's your real name, Tofu? Aryan. Yeah, inshallah. Pray for her, bro. True, true, true. You mean Persia? Yeah. Same thing. Okay, so our third body function, we just want to make the function print results. But we gotta end the thing with the parentheses, right? The parentheses of what we want to print. So I want to print A, B, trace A, trace B, trace A prime B, and trace A B prime. That should be good, right? Let me just double check. A, B, trace A, trace B, trace A, B prime. So many typos. Trace A prime B. That looks good to me. And then after that we wanna just, yeah, f print f is then backslash n, so it goes to the next line, and then we print the matrix. And do the same for matrix B. What do we do for integers? Just 0.2f? Why 0.2f? I don't know. And then we do trace A. But we're supposed to close this. And then we do the same for B. Trace B. And the trace of A. B prime is trace A, B prime. Why is that? Oh. How do you do the prime in the inside? I'll just write it as AB prime. Oh wait, no. It's supposed to print out that. This is hard. How do you? Why are they fighting, bro? Guys, don't fight. Pixie's hissing too now. This is why they don't join the stream. Doggy spent time in jail, so no. Persia is in ruins, bro. I have to fix political crises, bad militaries, famine, corruption, unruly clans, and illiteration. Yo, guys, look at them. Yuki doesn't want her, like, that close, but Pixie's like, no, you gotta accept it. And now he's leaving. Pixie's mad. Actually, no, she didn't want to be on it. She just wanted the box. Are you happy, Pixie? Now he's gone. Kai's from Pakistan, I'm from Bangladesh, and Doggy's from India. It's nice to see how you guys have a nice rapport. What does rapport mean? I gotta see how to put like a apostrophe inside. Oh, it's just another apostrophe. That's cool. Okay. And then we end the function. I think rapport means to just get along, right? But we're not done yet. We have to print matrix M, right? Because we've been using M here, but we haven't written M or anything. Who the function M is. So another body function. Function M. Print matrix M. So we have our rows, we have our columns, actually not parentheses, brackets, N, M, and then we equal it to the size of M. So we get the size, and then we make another for loop. Actually, no, we forgot the colon, semicolon. For I score equals N, 1 to N. And no, make a nested for loop for J equals 1 to M F print F. Actually, no, we end that there. F print F. To F. M. ID. That should be good, right? What is I for I score? So this is how we make the matrix M. So we put that M for the other body function. Trace M. I feel like this should be like right after that one, so it makes sense, right? Probably doesn't matter, but yeah, let's run the code now. Run. Okay, enter a minimum range. Fine, we could test it out. We're gonna do 5 and then 15. Number of rows is 4. Ooh. Line 59, what is that? Oh, I forgot the M. 5, 15, 4. Dang, so many typos. Which line was that? 46? Trace. $47. Oh, so okay, that's why it has to be below. No, we're just calling the function AB prime. Oh, trace. My bad. And over here we do. Wait, what? Okay, so we have to like actually multiply in here. A times B prime and A times B. Wait, A prime times. Print results. Okay, so we're gonna look at the print results. Second. Kind of sad to see the DS being neglected. Oh yeah, bro. It's cause the mic is broken, right? So I can't play that Zelda game I was playing anymore. Until I fix that, which I don't have time to fix. I don't even have money. We all forgotten about all the wars and the environment and the economy, so we can all watch AI Fruit Love Island. Um, I didn't watch AI like that, but yeah, it's really scary how they're distracting all the population from the real crimes of the world. Good. Stay away from those idiots. All those politics are ruining the world. It's best to focus on our goal. Well said. And I know we have enough moderators, but I don't know why I have Kai as moderator on her other account and not this one. So I'll make you mod here. And then Abdul Khalid is good too, so I'll make you mod as well. May Allah keep us all safe. I mean, like 3 days ago, a bus went down on the river fully and 28 people died drowned. Dang, why? What happened? Like even the bus driver, like was he okay? Did he have like a seizure? And nobody went to help them? That must be insane to have witnessed, let alone been through. Lahore's getting a bit better economically, especially during the basement where there were none cases of harassment or anything like that a lot. Dang. Jam, only a fraction of people watch that and none of us are in it. Yeah, none of us do that. If the MacBook gets corrupted, like a bad thing, give up on tech. No more laptops, PCs. Even a DS should be far away from you. Don't worry, my MacBook is not corrupted. It's good. So, I'm gonna just write how I did this lab question real quick. But Lab question number 1 is pretty simple. I think lab 10 question 2 is where the problem is. So write the header function, right? Function lab 10 question 2 whatever, and then we just call the matrices, call all functions. We wanna, not the functions, right? Yeah. Print results. Not all the functions, just call functions, but also trace A equals trace B equals whatever. And then print the results, call the print function. And then also A and B. And then after we do the header function, we wanna make a function body, which is, in this case, we want the outputs A and B, right? And then our input, actually no, we put that input A and B, and then we get an output is to create a matrix. Because we're making the function. This is what you make. You export it in the end. So oh, my bad. I gotta go, my dad's calling me, but like for a few seconds. Okay, I'm back. I'm so scared, guys. Like, everything I'm doing is wrong for this one question. So, unrecognized function for variable print results. So here's how to fix it, right? So we're looking at our print results. should be an end though. Okay, what about now? 5, 15, 4. No. Okay, I think I'm done. Yeah, Kai's Punjabi. Epic. Type memory extensions in settings. I'm doing something right now. But yeah. Sorry if I don't use the laptop in the way that you want. Because I'm not good with computers. I might do something that I regret. Doggy, I'm bad at Punjabi, but that's bad grammar in Punjabi. So you probably must have understood my videos in Urdu Tofu, because I remember you once said you watched my videos. I can figure out that Kai speaks Urdu and Doggy speaks Hindu Urdu. Do you also speak Urdu Tofu? He's like a polyglot. He knows like a lot of languages. But let's see how we did this. We let me just save this and then submit it. But I want to put the comments first. I don't know. I feel like I spent way too much time on this. This is just the minimum amount of time you gotta put in to doing these assignments, bro. It takes so much longer. We're only a third of the way done. Like, I got 4 more questions. Can you believe it, guys? This is unhealthy. Two point five and 3. You can't swap RAM in a phone, no. What and what sockets, like a desktop or a laptop? I don't even understand that, bro. I guess I'm right that the earth is a donut then, Jam. What did Jam say? Anyways, let's go off topic. I hate people who call me a gnome because I'm 4'3". You're 4'3"? That's crazy. But you know what? That's not bad. I saw a reel today that said that your body is most fuel efficient the shorter you are. So as much as people make fun of you for being short, your survival like rate in times of famine is much higher than other people. They would have starved and died if they're too tall because they need way more calories than a shorter person. So you require less calories, but starvation won't get you. You know, when you're smaller, you that's your survival mechanism. But nowadays we have surplus calories, so that's kind of not, because as a smaller person you get to eat less. Like I see those videos of people that travel, they eat so much that day. I'm like, I could not. Man, guys, I'm so tired. Like I haven't even studied. I only did like 2 questions of the lab, and there's 6 total questions. Um, should I take a break? Well, I don't have much time though. I have to leave at 2. Actually, I have to leave in 1 hour. Oh my god. Hmm. My past username was I'm not Manny though. Oh, so you're not new. Yo, welcome back. I'm not Manny though. It's like 1:23 a.m. for me. So where are you from? That's like the time for not Pakistan. For Pakistan it's 12:24 a.m. For India it's 12 or like 12:54 a.m. For Bangladesh it's 1 hour after that. So you're from Bangladesh, aren't you, Jem? Yeah, I knew it. Yo, my knowledge of your guys' time zone is impeccable. Either DSI or macOS to journaling. Yo, wait. Catherine, welcome back to the stream. How's it going? I'm so scared for this quiz, though, guys. Wish me luck. I'm gonna need it. Anyways, I think I'm gonna stop streaming now. Even though the chat is popping. I don't know. I gotta get ready. I have to go to an event. And they're gonna give kinefa. So it's like, do you guys know what kinefa is? It's like a dessert. It has like cheese in it. It's like pistachios and I have to learn how to make it though. Using like those cupcake holders. That'd be so good. But yeah, anyways, I gotta go. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Have a great night, you guys, and have a good sleep. Thank you guys for staying up so late. I was pretty late for most of you guys. So yeah. Bye. Assalamualaikum.